he says God is real and there's two genders. I'm thinking this is our guy.
Chat, are we back?
Yeah.
We've got an Indian man who scammed a bunch of people in the pharmaceutical world who worships 300 million, Hindu demon gods. But he says he likes the Declaration of Independence. Chat, are we back?
Chat, are we back? Where are we at? Is Vivek Ramaswamy based now? Joel Webbon just goes off on him. And this is a really good clip. We're going to watch the whole thing in just a second. It's a good length clip. You're going to enjoy it. But Joel just roasts Vivek. He goes off saying why this is not what America needs. You need to hear it. You need to see it. And that way we can formulate our opinions together and say, hey, what do we think? Should we sponsor Vivek or no? You need to be able to make that opinion, that decision. But in the meantime, I'm Jared Wright. This is The Right Wing. And I post this content every single day. So make sure you follow along. Hit the buttons down below. Like, subscribe, turn the notifications on because I make it easy for you. Easy to see all the stuff that's going on. But let's just dive into this clip right now.
So I'm speaking of Vivek Ramaswamy. Darling, honestly, a year and a half ago, there was a lot of young guys. They're like, Vivek is it. They're like, sure, don't like the Hindu part, but he's doing good things on taxes and being able to afford a home. And hey, he says God is real and there's two genders. I'm thinking this is our guy.
Chat, are we back?
Yeah.
We've got an Indian man who scammed a bunch of people in the pharmaceutical world who worships 300 million, Hindu demon gods. But he says he likes the Declaration of Independence. Chat, are we back?
And you're not exaggerating about the scamming. The way Vivek was able to afford to run for president, to garner all the media attention, was that he founded a biotech startup called Rovient Biosciences. And he took an Alzheimer's drug. The way these things work is nobody knows if a drug is going to have clinical usefulness. You can test it, but there's no guarantee that it'll actually solve Alzheimer's or solve this disease or solve that disease. So every drug is just basically you pour millions of dollars into it, and you've got honestly a 10% chance that actually gets approved. So he takes his biosciences company, he buys a failed Alzheimer's drug, and he hypes it up using his mom, among other things, and has this big IPO. So you've got this company with a promising first drug. Hey, if this passes clinical trials, this could be the first drug to treat Alzheimer's, and think of the revenue. So he has this big public offering, it's publicly owned, and of course the drug fails. He himself, though, now millionaire, and uses that to launch into a political career. And in a very Indian way, he can sticks his finger in the wind. Okay, where's the wind going? He detected about 2020, 2021. He said, hey, the woke is it's going away. Right? It's being put away. It's not really popular anymore. I can kind of see the culture is shifting. And so he hopped on board. He wrote a book, I think he called it woke capitalism or whatever, grifted his way to about 8% of the primary vote in Iowa, realized he was never gonna make it, dropped out. But he used that. The point is, well, why does that matter? Okay, Indians scammed someone, must be a day that ends in Y. He's used that to launch to a bid for governor in Ohio. And here he is at a town hall.
How can somebody claim that they're going to love America, do what's best for America, and then literally scam you in the pharmaceutical world, in the medical world, where there's already so much corruption going on? It's a major issue. I cannot stand all the corruption. And that's exactly what Vivek does. He's detailing this out right here, showing us, hey, there's some major corruption that needs to be addressed when it comes to Vivek. I don't agree with that. This is why I don't necessarily stand with Vivek. So let me know what you think. I mean, maybe y'all think he's America first. I don't think that he's what we want. A lot of his talking points also mirror that of exactly what Barack Obama said. And it's just sort of like goy slop. It's just sort of like this feel-good narrative rhetoric that just doesn't appeal to me. I want to see real things. His real-world things are scamming us. But let's just keep watching.
All this is from, I can't remember if it was from farther back, but the clip just came out this week, or it was just this week, where he answers a question from a Christian. Different Christians were actually asking him. There's a young man named Jeremy Carl. Hey, you're a Hindu. America was not a Hindu country. It's not a Muslim country. It's not a Jewish country. America was a Christian country. And it's made up still primarily of Christians. So why do you, as a Hindu, why are you going to come? What makes you qualified to be our governor? This is our religion, and you're not this. And listen to his answer when someone presses him on that. Yep. You're a Hindu, not a Christian like us.
Now, let me just ask you, because I know that may be a hard thing to process. What's your faith?
I'm a Christian. I'm a follower of Jesus.
Great. Do you believe in the Holy Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit?
I think a lot of people here do. So
Good.
probably,
And that doesn't make you a polytheist, does it?
probably not. No.
Great. Because I think this is it's a great spiritual question. There's good dialogue here. Is every religion has its reconciling of the one and the many. And so in my faith, I believe there's one true God. He resides in all of us.
So I picked that clip. There's a longer, like 5-minute clip out there. I didn't want to subject you guys to it, honestly. I didn't want to sit here for 5 minutes, first to listen to it, and then to listen to it again. I didn't want you to have that. But elsewhere, he says, I'm ethically a monotheist. He kind of tries to do this thing. He says, look, God, sure, the one and the many. Now, I don't know about you, like my family, like we have 4 people in it. So we're one family with my last name. But then there's also multiple people within that. I feel like that's a little bit different than one family, 300 million people. How about you?
Yeah, that's quite different. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Vivek doesn't understand historic Christianity. He doesn't understand theology proper, doctrine of God. He doesn't understand any of these things. He doesn't understand that our God is the most pure spirit without body parts and passions. We believe in divine simplicity. We believe in divine impassibility. We believe that God is one in essence and eternally 3 in persons. He doesn't understand the processions of the Trinity. He doesn't know what he's talking about. All this has been outlined, not recently. All these things have been outlined going back to the 2nd, 3rd, 4th century. And this is basic Christian doctrine. Basic Christian doctrine. Now, there was a time where people fought over it, Arius, versus Athanasius and these kinds of things. But this was settled very, very early on, within the first couple hundred years of, the start of Christianity, and has been settled dogma for, 1800, 1700 years now. It's not the same. So to say, hey, hi, fellow Americans. Hi, fellow Christians. I'm just like you.
You see my boot and Texas jacket?
Right.
Pretty cool, huh?
I'm just like you. Look, I'm going to the rodeo. I believe that there's one God inside of all of us. No, you don't. But what he's doing, politics really is kind of perfect for Vivek because he's an Indian scammer. And so he's like, hey, I did some scamming when it came to Alzheimer's, and pharmaceuticals. Now let's do some scamming as I run for political office. But at a certain point, heritage Americans and Christian Americans, more importantly, need to stand up and say, go home to Ohio. No, go home.
Home.
Home. Yep.
With lots of other people who worship 300 million gods.
People just like you.
Joel has such a good point right here. Vivek, and I agree with this. Let me know what you think. But Vivek, it's time to go home. You don't represent what's best for America. You don't represent our Christian values. You represent the values of the nation of India. Why are you trying to run for office here with money you gained from scamming us? I wholeheartedly agree with this. And a lot of his rhetoric comes from the fact that he doesn't understand Christianity. And that's exactly what Joel says. Vivek is not knowledgeable enough to understand the inner workings of our religion because it's not like it's super simple. At its core, belief in Jesus Christ is relatively simple. But to truly understand the entire Bible as a whole is not a simple task. It takes some real study, some real talk, some real work. And Vivek does not do that because it's not his religion. He worships 300 million little g gods, which is what they do in India. This is the same group of people who are smearing cow poop on themselves as part of their religion in India. I'm not going to say he's directly affiliated with that, but that's what his people do. And I cannot get behind this. I cannot represent that. And that's why I don't stand with Vivek. I really don't like him. I don't think he represents the America that we want, the America that we envision. So definitely let me know what you think. But make sure you follow, like, subscribe, all the things. I'm Jared Wright. This is The Right Wing. And if you want to see content like this every single day, make sure just to follow along. I post it here every day. I make it super simple for you. But until then, I hope you have a great day.